Okay, that console has power now. From the looks of this data, Festus has been trying to hack into the repair bay. Okay, doesn't look like it's been able to.
Is it me, or do the old ones just look funny?
Funny how?
Their clothes, they're weird. You know, so tight.
For once, I'd have to agree. I'd rip those things to shreds in a fight.
Guess they didn't move around as much.
Hey, I thought I'd check in before leaving.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking? Whatever went on between you and Beta sounded... Not that I'm judging. Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
Anybody take you up on that ale?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory part.
What about Catallo?
Now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
After we get Festus, we'll be taking...
It wasn't that bad. Not real. Besides, going through all that data, you know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Thank you, Erend. I'm glad you're with me.
Okay, enough. I'm gonna get emotional.
I should go.
Same here.
Aloy, everything okay with you and Beta? It sounded like you guys had a,
We just had a lot to talk about.
Does this mean she's coming?
It does. I hope
That's what all this was for.
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus is just a program that's lost its way. I can always call upon the goddess.
Funny. I hope firing off those pulse generators will be an...
It'll work. It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality.
Yeah. You were right, you know. About keeping Rost. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back. But the truth is, he gave me a lot.
He was a good man.
How does everyone seem to...
Anxious. But I heard Catallo ask for Alva's help, and I know he's been helping.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said.
Any last findings you want to share before...
Not really. Though
Oh?
When we put Gaia together,
You think they'll listen to...
in time,
If anyone can make it happen, what will you and Zoe do?
I hope she'll come with me. At least, and I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this. We'll figure it out.
I know you will. I'm glad you're...
Sure there's no...
No more running. Hey, we'll be going...
I've already got the location.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a...
News travels fast.
It wasn't exactly a quiet conversation.
There were just things that...
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them.
You look like you have something on your mind.
We're going to war soon, and war is something, but... Every voice I hear, it makes me realize just fighting for that gift, if we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
As soon...
You'll hear about it. I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was just studying the pulse generator schematics. The ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything all right? It sounded like there was an issue with Beta and the mission.
Not anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another is to embrace truth. Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway, if we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan...
Okay.
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where, exactly, but one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever you're much better at fighting
Of course.
Thank you.
Have you spoken with Zoe?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. Zoe seemed so free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth, right now.
Yeah, it is. Part of me's curious to know who else besides Eric Visser might be among them. Maybe Nikita Arand? We call her the Spark. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the old ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the Healer. It is said she found new ways to extend the ancestors' lifespans. But my curiosity fades when I think of how different our view of Visser was compared to the reality that you... Perhaps it is better not to know.
Any more data catch your eye?
All of it? I have so much to study up on. Years. I'm particularly interested in the odd. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel. It's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff. Where I grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night. If you need anything...
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail, as expected from such an efficient AI. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice from Kotalo. You know, in case the Zeniths show...
What kind of advice?
He, told me to run.
For now. We'll even the odds soon enough. I should go. Make sure you talk to...
May your path lead to truth.
And, like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
The rebels know exactly where to hit. Aloy.
Had a bit of an issue with
I'm not.
Really?
I once knew a warrior who discovered he had a brother late in life. It was deeply uncomfortable for him.
Did he ever get over it?
In time. But not before the two siblings nearly killed each other in a single combat challenge.
Ah. Well, at least I avoided that. Think you're ready to put all your training to the test?
I am Tenakth. I am always ready.
You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best. I should go get ready.
I await your orders.
Hello again, Aloy. Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia. So,
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relations, despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel. I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our
How's all of us settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager to study a particular file soon caught her attention. Information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat and orderly. I informed her that once I am empowered with I may be able to design.
I'm sure she'll... When I set out to...
They have all come along. Varl has suggested that one day we might extend this model once the biosphere has been...
Yeah, that's not... So, about Beta. I never... She's been through so much.
You have both endured different in all... I like to think of you as two miracles.
3, then. Let's not forget... So our plan to capture Hephaestus. Let's go over it.
As you wish. Thanks to Beta's test, we now know that Hephaestus will not respond.
Which is why I got Ted Fair...
Correct. While you were gone, Beta could... When we get to the second...
And then you'll be able to...
Not quite.
How long will that take?
Because the work will be split between...
And during that time, the others will create it...
Correct. The energy...
And then we'll have every... So I, found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
It seems he convinced himself it was his duty to guide future human. Given the tribal nature of New Human and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraform, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patron.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen. Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families went to live out their lives. Do you know what happened to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support for 100 years. My data indicates the facility went offline well before then.
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility...
So what will happen to this place?
All systems within this facility will... As Minerva will no longer be masking this location, the facility will be exposed to though without my presence, it is
Let's hope so. Gaia?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. I enjoyed listening to her stories. She was my creator, my guide.
Your friend.
Yes. When I reviewed the data on, though I am glad she made it home, I deeply wish she did not.
She was okay with that. Thanks, Gaia. The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of... Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and... Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the...
Ted. Guess he got...
Yes. Impulsive tendency.
All three of them were prevented from doing... Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase empowering my over... Unfortunately, as we now know, attaining them in the short term is very...
I guess our best shot at... But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of
Correct.
Okay, people. It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
Connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right?
In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too.
Mine as well.
Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Imperative escape containment. Applying countermeasures.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working! It's got nowhere to go!
Capture imminent. Initiating contingency 13F.
Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Engaging autonomous defenses. Directive neutralize.
That means machines are on their way. Get ready!
Here they come! We're spotted.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled. Deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here. Deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here.
I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime.
Keep her safe, Varl. Chase after Hephaestus. Force it out of wherever it's hiding. Make it retreat to the core. No, you don't, Hephaestus!
Aloy, I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there. Some kind of production chamber. Hephaestus is up to something, all right?
What kind of machine is it trying to build?
I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from.
I bet that's where Hephaestus is hiding, too.
Looks like there are a couple of ways I could go. Well, that doesn't sound good.
Aloy, I've managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it.
Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to
the power node. I think that could work.
I think it could.
There should be a node you can override, near the central platform.
Thanks. I should deal with these machines first. Into another chamber. I better follow.
Engage structural analysis. Set routine calling is at hand.
Oh, great. More machines on the way.
Beta! Festus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.